What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Duran, and we're here to talk more Celtics basketball. And I want to start this video out by wishing you guys the best of holidays. I hope everyone had a great holidays. I know I had a good Thanksgiving. I just got back in town. I'm able now to get to my equipment and record about the Celtics. I know I've missed the past two games, and I want to go ahead and talk about them. The last time I was talking about Boston and made a video, we were just riding high. We got that Rockets win. We had ripped off 3 in a row. Things were looking up. We had finally jumped over that 500 mountain, and you thought that this team was starting to catch, some steam. They were starting to catch some rhythm. And then we come back down to earth with just probably one of the most demoralizing losses of the season against the Nets. I feel like in that Nets game, it was just, everything broke down. Everything that we were building up towards just didn't happen. Like the passing, the rotations, like everything we've been working up, everything we've been trying to put together just didn't come together in that game. And we got blown out. And I mean, credit to the Nets. They had a really good game plan. They know that we're not a good jump shooting team. I don't think we're a good jump shooting team. I think our half court offense is not good right now. It's just not. It's not up to par. And it's really killing us. It's killing us, and it's taking us out of games early. And you see us getting these early holes, and it's just not helping. They packed the paint. We couldn't drive, and they just pretty much forced us to take jump shots, and we weren't making our shots. And I'm here to tell you that good teams make open shots. Good teams make open shots, and we don't make open shots. I just don't understand it. I don't get it. This team, if you're gonna go ahead and settle for shots, you're gonna settle for open threes, and those are good shots. You have to be able to make those shots. You have to have guys out there that you're comfortable taking and making those shots. And outside of the Jays, who are never going to be just sitting wide open like that, as much as Grant Williams and others, you're just like, you're not that confident. As I see those shots go up, I'm not confident it's going in. I'm never confident when I watch it. I'm gonna go to the next game, the Spurs game, and I know that's the one that's fresh on everyone's mind. Everyone's thinking, that game is really, it pissed me off. I know it pissed you guys off. Just watching that game as a Celtics fan, it pissed us off. You're playing a 4-win team. You're playing a team that's just not good. They don't have the talent to keep up with you, and yet you're playing down to talent. Your fundamentals are breaking down. Nothing's going right in that first half, and then in the second half, you try to turn it on late, and that's the most laziest thing I've ever seen so far. They turned it on late. You have this 7-point lead. I forgot what the score was, and then you let San Antonio rip off a 10-2 run or whatever it was to close out the game. They didn't score. I think they were up 88-81, and Boston didn't score. The final score was 88-96. They didn't score. I mean, that's pathetic. That's pathetic. That's bad. That can't happen. And now I'm starting to question, does this team have an effort problem? Because your effort has to be consistent every single game. And to come to that next game flat, no effort. I mean, this game was hyped. It was on national television. You had won 3 in a row. The Nets were coming in. They had won a bunch of games. And you had a chance to make a statement. And you go out there and blow it. Fine. Okay. Now I'm like, okay, I want to see the next game. The next game will tell me, what do I think of this team? Because I'm looking for a response. I'm looking for a response in that Spurs game. And they go to San Antonio and they lay an egg. I mean, that's bad. That's bad. And now they're going to go to Toronto, and I don't even know what to expect. I don't think Jaylen Brown's playing. I don't think Josh Richardson is playing either. And I think Rob Williams is ruled out. If you go to this Raptors game, you go under 500, I feel like you just suck the soul out of what was a good November. Honestly, you really just take the soul out of what was a good month. I mean, how many losses do we have in this month so far? I mean, they had 5 losses. And then they drop these 2, and then you go into this Raptors game, they could drop this one. I mean, if they don't come with their head screwed on right, it's bad. They've got to fix the offense. I feel like Ime Udoka has to look himself in the mirror and ask, what do I have to do to get the best out of my best players? Because they're not playing good. The Jays didn't play good these past 2 games, by the way. They haven't played good. Shout out to Tatum in the second half for trying to muster up some type of superstardom to make this team, to get this team over the hump against the San Antonio, but it just wasn't enough. Guys aren't making their shots. You have to make your open shots. I'm sorry. It's becoming inexcusable now. You have to make your open shots if you want to be competitive. If you have goals of this season, if you want to do things, we got to make our open shots. Those can't be the shots that we miss. We already have enough contested and tough shots out of this offense that I don't think is good in the first place. But to not make the open ones, you're killing yourself. They're as good as turnovers. They are. The misses are as good as turnovers. And I'm glad that I recorded this video now because I was way more mad when they lost to the Spurs. And I was on here ready to say a lot of crazy stuff. I was ready to come up here and rip Tatum, rip Brown, rip this whole team. I'm glad I had a day off to really just, digest and think about it because, man, this is bad. The half-court offense has got to change. And it's really the thing that has to be driven home is making open shots. And I get it. Udoka, you cover the Spurs system. This Spurs system is predicated on making passes to get open shots, but you have got to make the open shots. What is the point of doing that? What is the point of having this attack if we don't have guys that can make open shots? And that's including Tatum and Brown. That's including the others have to make open shots. And our superstars have to show up. Jaylen Brown, people like to call Tatum inconsistent, but Jaylen Brown has been the most inconsistent player, in my opinion, out of those two. He has got to come back. And I know he's coming back from injury. I get it, guys. I know I'm hard. But Jaylen Brown's a superstar. Let's be honest. He's a superstar caliber player. We know he can be a superstar. He has to bring it against San Antonio. Okay, against the Nets, fine. Against San Antonio, against the Raptors coming up, you got to bring it. You got to go out there and dominate. You got to put something out there. Because, in my opinion, it's unfair for Tatum to be the only one taking on the brunt of this blame. It's unfair. It's unfair for Tatum to be the only one that we have to turn to on offense. Well, when no one has it going and say, please just make something happen. That's unfair. That San Antonio second half was very unfair for him. And I give him credit, but that was unfair. For him to output something to give you an 8-point lead. And shout out to Marcus Smart also. I'm not going to leave him out. But for those two to output and to come out and save that game, try to save that game at least. And for everyone else not to make open shots, I'm just like, Al Horford, looking at you. By the way, guys have got to make their open shots. And I was on there. Listen, depending on how this December goes, January's coming up. We got that trade deadline coming up. A lot of these guys can go. Honestly, depending on how this December goes, listen, love Marcus, love Rob Williams. Hey, you got to make some decisions, man. You gave these guys extensions, that's fine, but their contract works. I'm calling Philly. What do you want for Ben Simmons? Let's be real. Let's be real. Let's be honest, because honestly, when we get to January and it's the same mess, you got to go with the big three plan. Figure it out, because this was just a test run. This is the trial run where we're like, okay, let's see how, we surround some depth with two guys that we think are stars. Let's see how they play. But if this doesn't work, and I'm seeing more bad coaching and more of the guys just not showing up, the depth guys, let's go with the big three plan. Get Big Simmons in here. Figure out something. I want another forward, by the way. I want another wing, because we haven't been good since this offense, half-court offense, hasn't been good since Gordon Hayward left. The half-court offense hasn't been good since Gordon Hayward left. Figure it out. That's all I gotta say. Figure it out. Figure out what you're gonna do. Because if this just can't work. This isn't working. This has got to be fixed. Udoka, fix it. Figure it out. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with this team. And I'm just as frustrated as you guys. I'm just as frustrated. Because it's just like, we're building so much momentum, and you're giving hope. Don't give us hope and then just smash it. Don't go out there and just do that. And Udoka made a comment after the game where he said, I felt like everyone was just trying to get their own rhythm instead of just playing together, during the game. That's on you. That's on you. Why do your players have that mentality? Why do your players think like that? You have to figure out what you have to do to get them out of that. There is no just getting into your play the game. Come with the game plan. Why are guys showing up to the game thinking that way? Hey, I'm just going to be the guy to be honest. And I'm going to be honest all the way throughout the season, guys. I hope to have more videos up. I think we got a game coming up against What's our next game? Oh, let me scroll up. Our next game is against Toronto. Yeah. It'll tell me a lot. I don't care what guys are out. Toronto stinks. Win that game. Win that game. Can't go below 500. As always, guys, I have nothing left for the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.